This is Hellsing920, and it's time for a Fanboy Chronicles follow-up. And now, before I do this, oh man, I have to say this, folks. I am doing this whilst not in the best of health. I am currently fighting a very, very nasty cold. I have a fucking sinus infection, but I felt the need to get this done and just get it out of the way. So that way, the few people I've already mentioned in the past will stop bugging me about it. So yes, folks. Now, as I mentioned in my fucking update video, a handful of lunatics have wanted me to review the film The Dark Knight, but of course it was under the circumstance that they be the ones to pay for it. Well, a few of them actually ponied up, and I've got a copy of it right now. Now, I've watched this movie from start to finish, and I will tell you that it is a good movie. However, it also has a lot of flaws to it. It really does. And I am going to discuss these flaws to hopefully knock some sense into the Dark Knight fanboys in general, since a lot of them have been writing to me attempting to say that I'm a fucking retard for not having watched it yet. Well, at least now that much isn't true. But, yeah, let's discuss this. First of all, folks, the film itself is way too fucking long, alright? I mean, come on, folks. It clocks in at over 2.5 hours. And considering a lot of the other flaws that I am about to mention, 2.5 hours is far too goddamn long for this movie. And there's a lot of scenes which could have been trimmed, edited, or just cut entirely. And it would have brought the film at least down to like 2 hours where it's a little bit more tolerable. And amongst those scenes are the scene in Hong Kong, which is far too fucking long and dull. And that's very sad that it's fucking dull because it's supposed to be an action scene and everyone else loves it. But I thought that it sucked. So, hey. And then there is the opening scene where Batman first shows up, where we have fucking Scarecrow making a mindless cameo, and we have a bunch of fucking lunatics in hockey pads and Batman costumes, like fake bullshit, crappy looking Batman costumes, attempting to, fight alongside Batman. And that is kind of sort of like a subplot that kind of carries into the film a little bit. Every last bit of that could have been fucking cut because it's pointless. There's no sense to it. Now, beyond the length, what other minor flaws have I found? Well, I can't really get to the minors. I have to talk about the big ones first. First of all, Christian Bale, yes, the very star of the film. The man who's supposed to be playing Batman is the worst actor I've ever seen play Batman, alright? Folks, after fucking watching this, I wished for George Clooney to come back, alright? A lot of people shit on his fucking portrayal of Batman, but it's a hell of a lot better than the one that Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan have churned out twice now, okay? Mind you, folks, I hated him in Batman Begins. He's gotten worse in this one. First of all, when he plays Batman, he has two vocal types. He basically has either gravelly and whispery, so that way you can't really understand him. I want to catch the Joker, and I want to catch him now. Or there's some sort of like a loud, like gravelly scream at his, where you can't understand a thing. Those are his two levels. That's it. That's it. Batman has that and that in this film. There is no happy medium. There is nothing where you can, understand him clearly and he sounds cool. No. Christian Bale has actually made the raspy voice sound shitty. And that is a huge, huge accomplishment. Okay? Also, when he plays Bruce Wayne, he even sucks. And that's pretty sad just looking at that, because you'd almost think that anybody would actually be able to play a fucking smarmy fucking millionaire, but no. Or my fault, billionaire. No. He even goes out of his way to fuck that up. Next we have Heath Ledger, who spent a week alone attempting to come up with how to play the Joker. And that week, basically, I out of that entire week, he came up with the following. Sound as much like Andy Dick as possible and lick your lips as often as you can. That's literally all that the Joker is. But that seriously doesn't, you know, fuck up the character because the Joker in this film is supposed to be a creepy fucking bastard that would frighten you if you saw him in a dark alley. And if you saw Andy Dick painted up like the fucking Joker and licking his lips every fucking 3 seconds, you would probably scream and run away. So, mission accomplished. Now, as for the Dark Knight fanboys, the ones who clung onto the Joker and said, "This is the greatest Joker to ever live," no. Okay, I could name 3 other actors who have done the Joker better than Heath without even trying. And this is also counting voice actors who have done the Joker in various, you know, animated projects. Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill. Right there's 3 of them who fucking outdo Heath Ledger's performance. Okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, also, the Joker is known for 3 things, and I am going to shut down all 3 of them right now, because they really don't have a lot of bearing on the film. First one is the pencil trick. A lot of people a lot of people have posted it on YouTube. You can probably find it. Okay, yes, it's cool, but it's fucking over in about 1.5 seconds. So, you know, it's cool, but it's not really a useful, you know, thing. Second of all is the Joker's origin. A lot of people were telling me, "Oh my god, this character is just so deep because he always changes his story. He tells it twice," alright? So, maybe if he told it like 4 times, 5 times, maybe 6 times, then maybe then it would seem cool, but no, the writers can only come up with 2, so that's all that we get. Finally, Joker's seemingly most famous 3-word phrase in this film, "Why so serious?" Mind you, folks, the fanboys adore that phrase. They use it, and then they turn around, and then they make death threats to people who don't like the film. Why so serious? That seems rather funny. Especially since he says it all of about 4 times in the film. He says all those 4 times within the same minute segment. Whoopee. Alright, now, but there are 2 shining bits of casting here. Gary Oldman is a very good James Gordon. Alright, he is. And Aaron Eckhart is perfect as Harvey Dent / Two-Face, alright? He basically ranks up there with Tommy Lee Jones amongst actors who have been able to pull it off and pull it off great, but that's because they're the only actors in live action who've been able to pull it off. So, hey, awesome. Two-Face has gone completely unscathed in films, and that's pretty cool. Now, overall, folks, I have mentioned a lot of flaws in the film, but it is still very entertaining. You actually can still sit down, watch it, and have fun with it. And I finally figured out why the fanboys fucking adore it so much. Why this film garnered so many fanboys. Because if you take a look at all the movies that Hollywood has churned out in the last 3 years or so, this thing is the most entertaining. It is the best one. Mind you, I am not counting indie flicks. I'm not counting, like, made-for-TV films or any of that shit. Theatrical releases. This is it. This thing is probably one of the best ones that has come out in 3 years. And, well, that's not saying much because Hollywood's been basically churning out nothing but shitty fucking remakes for the last 3 years. So, yeah, this is sort of a step up. But it really doesn't make it any better. So, folks, a lot of people wanted me to rate this thing, so I'm going to. If I was forced to give the Dark Knight a rating from 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 7.3. Okay? That's it. 7.3. You are not getting me to milk it any fucking better. Every single one of those flaws that I mentioned by all fucking rights should actually have dropped it down to a 3, but the fact that the film is, you know, entertaining enough actually boosts it up a lot. So, yes, about a 7.3. So, there we go, folks. I have now reviewed The Dark Knight. and I'll hopefully never have to speak of it again. So, yeah. Once more, the fanboys to that film who have threatened me and threatened others because we either haven't seen it or we just didn't like it, and also for the backlash I'm probably going to get because I spoke ill of the mighty holy grail of cinema. Fuck you, alright? And as for everybody else, take care, and I'll see you all in the near future. Peace.